What do you want to do
Hi, how you doing?
Hello, how do we Pete? It's a great pleasure.
Yeah, cheers.
Hey, man.
Yes, you got enough stuff.
Here's my team. Yes, great stuff, man. Pete, we don't need to introduce him because he's a great star. Yeah. All right.
So you wanted to do what do you want to film?
I just have one question. If you prefer a teaser like Europe, I can show an example, or a whole song, a music video.
I don't know, whatever you want to do. Just you know,
Do you prefer a song?
I like the teaser thing, but you can record a song if you want. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do.
All right,
you
great.
Know, just have fun.
Oh, great.
You know, it's not just
Do you prefer something or a teaser?
No, it's okay. You prefer, but because you were thinking to do something like like just
interview, testimonial.
A testimony.
The teaser thing's good because you can put whatever, we can use that everywhere.
Yes.
Because you can put whatever songs we see. For instance, in Russia, we do a song called "We Are Animals." We don't even play that here because it means nothing. But in Russia, they would kill us if we didn't play it because it's the biggest song that Nazareth ever did there. So if we were going to show this teaser in Brazil, we would put "Where Are You Now" or something behind it. But we did it in Germany, we would put "This Flight Tonight," or that kind of,
I got it.
The dog, So that's what I like with the teaser thing. But you can film whatever you like. I mean, just what you want to do.
I just would like to show an example to you.
I looked at the things you sent me.
Have you watched
I
Europe?
looked at the things that you. You showed me. I've got them.
Great! I forgot this.
I saw them.
Something like this.
Very good. Yeah, it's
great.
Very good.
If it works for you, great for me.
Sure, no problem. Right,
Thank you, man.
We'll see.
Let's do a great work. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I told you about that program. He's this guy that
Welcome to Brazil again.
Here we go. Come with me 2 minutes, just in my room.
Yeah, sure.
Very fast. Yeah?
Two little questions.
Yeah.
To do a little interview?
He's a guy who knows more than everybody.
No, it's fine. You want to do it?
Just come in.
Right. Okay.
We do it now very fast.
Nice place, huh?
I've not seen the club yet, but there's I've only seen backstage. Backstage is excellent. Very good.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. We've played in different places in São Paulo. I've played in. Well, every time I come here, we play a different place. So I mean, the guy drove me around today. To take me to the radio station, and this place it's just so big. It's just it's incredible. It's the city,
Really.
and the whole thing. I would get completely lost here. In fact, I don't believe anybody knows where they're going here. I think people that live here must know.
Today, how is about our program? Just for you to know, is talking about how is really at the backstage the situation. It's like talking with the musicians. Sometimes what is going on with what is really going on. We are not looking to show the bands playing and this kind of things. Like for example, we before we were talking about how was the beginning of Nazareth thinking. Okay, and how was
Because I'm a real fan of the 70 albums. For me, it was classic albums like Resonance, Rampant, Loud and Proud, and Head of the Dog. For me, is classic albums.
Well, that was
all time favorites.
Those are the ones that did it for us. That's what made the band what we are.
And it's interesting, his son is playing the band.
Yeah.
Since something like 20 years, right?
Yeah, he's been. I can hardly remember a time when he wasn't in the band now. He's been on, because sometimes he used to come with us when he was playing in his other bands. If he wasn't working, he would come and do drum tech with us. He'd come out anyway. So he's been travelling with the band for forever.
Of course, you played together in home and rehearsed before when he was a child, right?
I've got 5 sons, and they're all musicians. And my other son, he is on a train with his big bass going down to Folkestone to play at a big concert tonight in England. The other one's Stevie. He's a singer and guitar player. Lee, he played with all them. So when they were kids, I would go back after a tour or stuff at any time, and we had a studio, and I would play, with them when they were all, because they were all players, when they were So I've been playing with Lee since he was like 10 years old, when he started playing drums, you know. So we've played together for, you know, we've played together now for closer to 40 years than 20 years.
Wow.
You know?
And your son is a good player in a good team. Because I'm listening to the new album, Tattoo on My Head. It's a very good album. And as good as the album that band recorded since the comeback with the News in 2008. And the Rock and Roll Telephone is a good album. The Big Dogs is a very good album. What's your inspiration to write songs, new songs in a world full of streaming and a comeback of the old bands? What's your inspiration to write new songs?
Well, this time for Tattoo on My Brain, which, by the way, Tattoo on My Brain is not only one of the best Nazareth albums ever, it's the best reviews we ever got for any album in our life. I mean, for
really?
all the albums you're talking about, they got good reviews, they were okay. But this one got raved about, you know, and which one of my favourites. But no, what happened with now,
it's a modern and old sound at the same time.
You got four guys. What you have on this album is four people all writing sort of equally. There's the same amount of songs, you know, from all the guys. So you get a big mixture of songwriters on the album. And it's all the guys. I think they've written some of the best songs they've written, you know, in their career. And I don't know, I think, you know, what happened was when Dan had to leave the band, we knew that if we had to make a new album, we weren't going to get any excuses. It didn't have to be a good album, it had to be a great album.
Yeah.
Because people would have went, oh, well, you know, it's no. So we knew when we went in to make that, we were so nervous about going in to make that album. But then once we got in the studio and started playing, we were going, hey, this thing is really great, you know. So I think there was a lot of excitement in writing the songs. People were really, really, really trying hard, you know, to get the best songs. And there was a lot of songs that were written that were saying, no, that's not good enough, no, that's not going on it, no, it's got to be there. So when we chose these songs, they are definitely the, I don't know, 12, 13 of the best songs out of about 25 songs. You know.
Do you work better under some any kind of pressure of time or that deadline? Do you feel you work better under any kind of pressure?
You know, there's nothing like I love more than flying for about 24 hours to get to Brazil and playing the same I think most bands do. You know, when you know that you have you've got a deadline. You know, you've got something to aim at. You know, I think. But if you know that it's not just like another gig. It's not, and that can sometimes happen when you're on a long tour. Maybe you've got 25 shows or something. You know, and sometimes there's a little bit in the middle where everybody gets a bit tired. You know, and you're just thinking, well, let's just get the show played. I just want to get it done, and I want to get home. You know, it's not like that when we come till it's here. We're coming here for 4 shows, and you know that you're not going to be back next week. It's going to be at least another year.
Let me tell you that. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You don't know, but this guy, even that he's a musician, he's always doing interviews. He's always in his computing, answering fast. Why? Because he's also the guy behind in everything. He have his manager and everything, but he's always into everything, into flights, into the schedules and everything. That really impressed me.
Well, you know, we've been like every band. I don't know any, but all my friends in bands, there's not one of them that hasn't been screwed by management. You know, it happens. We've been in the business too long, you know. So what we do now is I stopped getting screwed because I've managed the band now for the last 20 years, and I'm not going to screw myself. You know? So I take care of the business for the band. We have agents, obviously.
I know.
You know,
but at the end, you do the last word is your word, and this is very interesting because there are not many bands who they like to have this because it's a lot of work. Can you believe
Yeah,
it? It's a lot of work.
I mean, when these, that's what I'm saying. When the guys come here, last night, to them it's a show. They travelled all the way here and they play the show. That's how much they've been involved, is getting on that planes and coming here. But I've been working on the show for 9 months,
And then you arrive in the hotel,
you
you arrive in the hotel, you have your show, and then you have to answer the telephones, right? And interviews and everything. This is what the impact, it's very interesting. Pete, you are 73, right?
That's right.
73. Can you imagine, really, this is what I mean is like, this is a lot of respect, not only for what is the music, in what people see. For me, it's a respect also how a band have to see because probably you saw your mistakes on the past, and this is why you decide to take this situation, right?
See, if you know the whole process of the tour, if you're involved in the whole process of the tour, then you know what to expect, and if there's anything going wrong, you should have fixed it before you come. You should know everything exactly how it's going to be. At least one guy in the outfit should know that, And I actually quite enjoy taking care of it, because I enjoy knowing that we're not getting screwed by anybody. I know that if it gets fucked up, that I fucked up, but and then I've got to make my excuses. But I feel as if you've not just here. I mean, actually dealing with you guys has been pretty easy, because you know what's involved, and you know what's needed, and you know. But I mean, I go to some places to play where they maybe have 2 concerts or 1 concert in a year, or maybe in 2 years. Just a one-off thing, and that can be very, very difficult when you're trying to deal with someone, and it can take up an awful lot of your time. Sometimes I think, why am I doing this show? I've been working on this thing for 3 months. It's one show. And yet I've got this whole tour of Germany, and I can do that in a week. Because I know the people I'm working with.
Yeah. Something else, if you pardon me. Today, we've been talking also about the experience of when you play in Curitiba. I was yesterday there, I was a promoter there, I saw it there. It's unbelievable. How is the audience in Curitiba? I don't know.
They're still young.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Specifically in Curitiba, it's a mystery.
It's amazing.
Today I told, who called me today? Jose Muniz Neto, your first promoter who brought you here. Muniz from Mercury Concert. He called me and said, hey, I'm with NASA. I said, really? Come on. And he told me about the first time when you play in Circo, whatever, in Curitiba. In the 90s. It was always, he said, always big shows there.
Absolutely. That's why when we did the Live in Brazil CD, DVD, we did it in Curitiba. I mean, they are the loudest audience in the world. They're amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was looking at that crowd last night, and I mean, 80% of that crowd, they weren't born when I played in Curitiba the first time. So they look the same age as those people that were there. So, they still keep coming, and they still know all the words to all the songs. It's quite amazing. Those songs have lasted so long in Brazil.
And the people sing the old songs, sing along with the old songs.
I know. It's amazing. It's quite amazing.
Young people singing Head of the Dog.
But what made
every
me
lyric
interested is, it probably was one guy who came with the first album of Nazareth, and he started to play probably in Curitiba, because it's strange, because they have really the biggest audience in Brazil is in Curitiba and not Sao Paulo, and we are talking, and we have 20 million people, 60 million people, right, in Sao Paulo, probably, and Curitiba is 2 million people, and I mean in average, and the shows are really big in Curitiba. That is, do you think that was, when was that moment good, why that start in Curitiba?
Yeah, I know, from the very first time we played there, the very first gig. When we came, we did, I'm trying to remember what we did, we played 4 shows when the first time we came. We played, obviously, we played São Paulo. In fact, I think we played 2 shows in São Paulo, but different places, you know. And I think Brasilia was the other place we played. And I think Curitiba was we played it in the first tour. And ever since that very first tour, we thought, you know, these people are definitely big Nazareth fans, you know, and more so than anywhere else, you know. And it's quite amazing that you get one city and you know in every country where you know you mean a little bit more than you mean you know in all the other cities.
Yeah.
You know? And Curitiba is definitely the one in Brazil. But of course I'm not allowed to say that because every city wants to be. You know, but that's a fact. That's the way it is. You know.
It is.
When we did the DVD, the live and the CD. When we filmed it there, we recorded it there. When they got into the studio, it was hilarious because we had to try. Usually, when you're in making a live thing, they try to boost the audience to make it sound live. We had to try and get the audience out of the recording, you know, because they were too loud, you know. When they were singing, you couldn't hear us, you know. They were singing louder than we were, you know. So they were like, "Okay, this is good, but you know, you need to hear Nazareth." You know, that was very good.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
But I'm really looking forward to tonight when you know.
Yeah, let's see what happens today.
Well, it's a while since we've played in São Paulo properly. You know, we came in one time and they just filled in a show, you know, because there was a day off and they did a very quick thing. It was not advertised or nothing, you know. And that was a few years ago, and it was, you know, it was very disappointing. So it'd be nice to come, you know.
Well, the venue is fantastic. It's one of the best in São Paulo. You probably the sound will be great, and this is why you are going to also shooting, like say a teaser, right?
Yeah, they're going to do a
Today.
film thing, so
Yeah,
that should be good as well. I'm going to be famous in São Paulo.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Nice talking to you all.
Yeah.
I'll see you when we come off.
Okay. Well, enjoy today.
I'm just about to do that.
Have a fine show.